I have to shout out Stephanie Dews for tagging me in this rather funny story right here. Now, you're looking at the title of this article. It says, without decency and without dignity, German news weekly Der Spiegel names Trump loser of the year. Now, you have to be a pretty rotten person for a publication that's all the way in another nation to name you loser of the year. Like, he's not even German, or he's not even from Germany. And the German publication named him loser of the year. That's intense. Not he didn't get something that will qualify, something of positivity over there. They call him loser of the year. And look at the picture they use. They have him holding the head of the Statue of Liberty in one hand and a knife in the other hand, as if he beheaded the statue. Let's get into it. And by the way, this story is coming from The Hill. Prominent German news magazine Der Spiegel on Thursday named President Trump its loser of the year. The same day, Time magazine named President-elect Joe Biden and Vice President-elect Kamala Harris its person of the year, which I heavily question that one as well. I heavily question that. I'm like, all the stuff we've been through this year, and they are the people that get person of the year? Really? In an article titled Der Valerier Jarez, listen, this is in German, so y'all gotta forgive me if I cannot pronounce it, which translates as the loser of the year. I understand that. The publication's Washington bureau chief Roland Nellis and Berlin-based correspondent Ralph Nurkic described Trump as a man who has never concerned with the common good, but always with one thing, himself. Well, they got that part right. Nothing is normal under Trump, the article added. He refuses to admit defeat. Instead, he speaks of massive electoral fraud, although there is no evidence for it. The whole thing is not surprising. Trump's presidency ends as it began, without decency and without dignity. Now, that's a pretty loaded statement right there. Now, they're saying this from all the way in Germany, but that's letting you know that the world is watching America crumble right now as we speak. It's no longer the day when, in-house was just in-house. But thanks to modern technology and social media and all types of stuff like that, people can see what's going on over here. And it's not good. While several major news outlets declared Biden the projected winner in the election on November 7th, Trump has since refused to concede, repeating unsubstantiated claims of widespread voter fraud as part of a Democratic attempt to steal the election from him. Since the election, Trump's legal team has launched a multi-state legal battle challenging election results and claiming voting irregularities. Several of these lawsuits have been thrown out of court, citing a lack of evidence. The article came as Time published its selection of Biden and Harris as their top people of the year Thursday evening, noting the challenges facing the duo as they take on rampant COVID-19 surges across the country, as well as Harris's historic win as the first. I'm not going to call her that. We'll just say the first woman VP. Germans have consistently shown unfavorable views of Trump, with a January poll from the Pew Research Center showing that roughly 3 in 4 or more lacked confidence in the American president in Germany, a view shared by people in Sweden, France, Spain, and the Netherlands. So that shows you right there that people overseas do not care for him. And they're not even under his government. They're not under his rulership. Trump previously vied for Time's Person of the Year title before receiving it himself in 2016, right in the year prior when German Chancellor Angela Merkel received the recognition that Merkel was ruining Germany. I told you at Time magazine would never pick me as Person of the Year despite being the big favorite, he wrote in 2015. That's crazy. That's crazy. He got loser of the year for a German publication, and he's not even over in Germany. He's not a German citizen, and they gave him that title. But like I said, that just shows you that they are watching, and it's not like they can't see it because everything is out there in the open. That's funny. That's hilarious. But I would say that it's a title that's well deserved. But because this is coming from a guy who's used to winning all the time, and he's used to always hearing yes and rarely, if ever, hearing the word no. I wonder what he has to say about this, or has he even seen this? I'm curious. But as far as Clown Mala and Mr. Touchy Feely getting Person of the Year, I completely disagree with that. Like, they didn't talk about like the frontline workers, the people in the hospital, the nurses, and people like that. Those could have been heavy candidates for Person or Persons of the Year. Like, they could have just took a picture of the nurses, or just ones who wanted to be in a picture, or get some candid shots and put it on their cover as a collage, and boom, there it is. Because those two ain't it. But I do agree with the one that this German magazine did. Now that's true. That's honest. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll talk to you in the next one.